Hello YouTube, what is up? This is Smellbringer here, and today I'll bring you some Halo Wars 2 thoughts. Namely, thoughts about the new story trailer they showed off at San Diego Comic-Con. This is going to be a start of a lot of impressions that I have about a lot of things, because they put the new Sonic stuff, and yeah, no. So, let's start with Halo Wars 2, though. Namely, the story, which is what we got the major update on. And it looks like a lot of things have changed. First off, they changed out voice actors, I noticed. And, yeah, I can roll with that. I don't mind. That doesn't upset me. Character designs are changed, which is also good. I like that. It's a good change, because let's face it, at Halo Wars 1 had the problem that everyone looked like a generic asshole. You know, it's like, you got the captain, you got the plucky scientist, and you got the gruff but regimented sergeant. They got rid of that, evidently, thank the fucking Lord. And also, they introduced a new villain, Atriox, a brute who is actually smart. So, yeah, it's basically Tartarus 2.0. Everything Tartarus was not in Halo 2. And I think that is actually an improvement, too. Yeah, it's strange. The story of Halo Wars 2 is... well, it's not strange. It's more cool. It's cool that the story of Halo Wars 2 is shaping out to be a lot better than the story of Halo Wars 1. Because it's like... I did not like the story of Halo Wars 1. I'm just going to say that now. Problems, characters. The basic plotline itself isn't that bad, but when you don't have any characters you can really gravitate to, the whole story just becomes a complete old clusterfuck. It's completely boring. And yeah, that's kind of the problem with that was kind of the problem with Halo Wars 1. You had Forge, who was your boring, cocky sergeant. You had Anders, who was your typical plucky scientist, and you had Cutter, who was your typical gruff but regimented captain. And then you had Serena, who was Cortana 2.0. No, that wasn't Cortana 2.0. More like Cortano. Yeah, Cortano. I like that. Cortano. That works. But, yeah, either way, though, it looks like they've really changed things up for the story of Halo Wars 2. And I like the mystery. You know, the Spirit of Fire has... the crew of the Spirit of Fire from Halo Wars 1 wake up 28 years later after being adrift in space. Danger, Will Robinson, and all that stuff, only to find themselves over a mysterious Forerunner artifact. In reality, it's Halo 3's The Ark. That's where I'm getting the gameplay footage from, actually, because I figured, hey, it's fitting, you know? And, you know, this actually does raise a question. Who rebuilt the Ark? Who rebuilt the Ark? Because at the end of Halo 3, we blow that fucker to high hell. Somebody rebuilt it. And the strange thing is, they addressed this already in the Halo book, Halo Hunters in the Dark. And basically, the plot is that the caretaker of Installation 00, which is the Ark, went insane after the events of Halo 3. You know, people blew up the one thing he had for a home, and now he's going to get vengeance upon everyone and rebuild his installation in the process. You know, that was the plot of it. And it's like, okay, so between 2555, which is when Hunters in the Dark takes place, and 2558, late 2558, like literally just after the ending of Halo 5, something happened. Oh, whoops, sorry, that's my computer. Something happens and the Ark is rebuilt. Was that the Covenant or the Banished in this game? Which is cool. I like their vehicle designs. I like the vehicles and weaponry. I like the design of their vehicles and weaponry. And, yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Like, it's more brutish, that kind of thing. It's like, it looks like the Prowler or the Chopper from Halo 3. And I really like those vehicles. I like their aesthetic, their design. It's not that sleek purple. It's this more grayish, monstrous kind of thing going on. I like it. I really do like it. And, yeah, I like the idea of the Banished, too. It's like, what if a smart brute chieftain who was stronger than Tartarus managed to get the Covenant together, and he managed to overcome the whole elites hate brutes thing that drove the plots of Halos 2 and 3. I genuinely think that's a fascinating question and a fascinating idea, you know, because that would actually be a very threatening version of the Covenant, because that was their ultimate downfall. The elites couldn't stand the brutes and vice versa. You know, that's ultimately what tore them to civil war in the events of Halos 2 and 3. So, you know, it's an interesting question. And also, I am curious to see how it ties in. Also, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, you know, it's like, because evidently in the story they stumble upon a abandoned UNSC outpost, and it kind of makes sense that no help is coming because, yeah, sure, the outpost going offline would have sent people running, but also you have to consider the fact that Cortana is currently teabagging the UNSC, so they're not really in a position to help anyone. It's the Spirit of Fire on its own. And I presume they're gonna steal a Covenant slipspace drive, because that's actually that's the plot. That's basically the ending of Halo Bloodline, where the Spartan team, Team Black, is stranded on the surface of the planet, facing down a horde of Covenant, and their only option is to steal a Covenant slipspace drive engine in order to get home. And it's basically unknown where they leave off until Halo Escalation revealed that not only did they get back, but they were also brutally killed by the Didact in what is one of the worst wastes of character ever. You know, it's like, really, guys? But I'm getting off track. Halo Wars 2. Okay, what else did we cover? The new AI, Isabel. You know, the dog thing from Animal Crossing, right? No, it's not. No, it is not. Now, I like the idea they're going with when they described Isabel. She's a logistic AI, not a military AI like Cortana and Serena were. She's not plucky, she's not sarcastic, she's not witty, and I would normally say that's kind of a down thing, but given that most AIs in the Halo series have been witty, sarcastic, that's actually kind of a change-up. That's actually kind of a shake-up to the status quo. It's like, oh, so you're not witty or plucky. That's actually kind of new for Halo, you know? It's like, even the most interesting AI in the series, in the EU, Halo EU, yes, we have officially replaced the Star Wars EU with the Halo EU. Black Box had this exact same problem. He was witty and sarcastic, but he ultimately had a good moral layer down there. But I like this idea, the idea that there is not a plucky... No, there is a plucky. There's a plucky, sarcastic, witty AI. It's Serena. She's probably still in the game. Isn't she listed as a dumb AI in Halo Wars? So technically, she could go on forever. You know, it's the smart AIs that don't live forever. They die after 7 years, which is basically the plot of Halo 4. Cortana's dying, her 7-year life cycle is up. You know, that kind of thing. Actually, no, she's been going on for 8 years at that point. She's nearing the end. She's actually past the end. She should have gone. So yeah, no, I like what they're doing with the story of Halo Wars 2. I'm very interested in that. You know, and because I'm pretty much playing Halo Wars 2 for the story, because I'm not a major fan of RTS. No, that's a lie. I'm playing it for the RTS mechanics, because I actually do like playing RTSs. I played StarCraft, I played Warcraft. Like, I played a shit ton of Warcraft 3 back when I was growing up. You know, I think it was my mom's Windows XP computer. Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3: The Frozen Throne. Those were like the shit for me. And then I picked up StarCraft 2 for a while, put it down after the Heart of the Swarm expansion came out. But what you gonna do? But back to Halo Wars 2. I'm excited to see what they do with the story, and I want to be able to get a look at what life is post Halo 5, because it's kind of an irritating cliffhanger. It's like, okay, Cortana has conquered the galaxy. What now? What are you gonna do now? You know? And I'm curious to see where that goes. But I think that's really all I gotta say, because they only showed off that Vidoc and the new cinematic story trailer. And I don't want to show off gameplay or footage like that, because I simply I don't want to be, you know, a jerk and steal footage, that kind of thing. I see it as stealing footage, in my opinion. But with that said, though, this has been Smellbringer saying, if you like this video, please make sure to drop a like, a comment, a sub, and let me know if you want to see this, because I'm thinking of moving the channel towards more discussion-oriented videos as opposed to the Let's Play stuff. Because, yeah, with the exception of Kingdom Hearts, which really I'm going to do a blind playthrough of 0.2 Birth by Sleep, and then I'll do Dream Drop Distance, and then I'll do 3, and then that's basically it. Because my Kingdom Hearts LPs are my best content. You know, people like that content. People want to see more of that. It's the rest of my LPs, no one else wants to see it. So it's like, so no one wants to see that. So what about more discussion-based stuff? But either way, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And it would be amazing if we could reach, say, 10 likes. 10 likes would be amazing, because that would be great. I don't think I've ever, outside of my Kingdom Hearts videos, I don't think I've ever had a video that reached 10 likes. So if you could drop a like, drop a sub, that kind of thing, that'd be amazing. That let me know if you guys want to see more of this. And with that said, though, I'll be seeing you guys next time.